Damas y caballeros, público de Oye 89.7, yo soy Poncho y estoy feliz de presentarlo porque es productor, ha tocado en los festivales de música más importantes del mundo. Él es Mau P. Mau. Hello, how are you, man?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. First of all, I want to know about what inspires you to get into the dance music. Do you saw any artist that changes your life, or how was it?
I'm pretty sure that I saw Skrillex, and then all I wanted to do was make dubstep.
Okay, so you are on because I listen some of your songs, and
hmm
would you define like dubstep your style?
No.
Okay, okay, it's very different, right? Because yes, I listen to some songs, and it's very trippy your style. I love it,
Trippy?
by the way.
Trippy?
But yeah, I remember some like illustrations, like very weird, like changing,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so trippy, like yes, like like a trip.
I can imagine that.
And tell us a little bit about what do you prefer the most? Because being a producer, being a DJ, I think there is two kinds of emotions, like the live performance and being at the studio. That it's like being at a laboratory, playing with the knobs. What do you prefer the most?
I mean, I started producing in the studio, and after that, I started DJing. So making music was always first, and mixing came after. But I think I love both of those things just as much. But if I had to choose, like, between the two, it's always making music and creating the music instead of mixing it. But both are so much fun that, like, it's comparing apples to pears.
Yeah, it's very different one thing from another. I think both of them are very exciting. And I know that you have already worked with giants of the industry. I read that you work with The Weeknd, with Beyoncé. What of these collaborations do you think you have learned the most of these giants of the music industry?
I think I learn a lot from every single person that I like work with because it's very interesting to see everyone has a different workflow and everyone thinks about music in a different way. So like most of the time it's just me in the studio and like I'm in my mind and my brain and I do the things the way I think they have to be done. But to see someone else, like other producers, work on their music, and also if it's like a different style of music, you can learn so much from it because they like approach it in a very different way. So I feel like music is a language, and we all have a different dialect that we speak it in. And yeah, I think I learn from everyone.
Okay. How challenging is for you as a producer, as a DJ, uh, to be different? Because we have a lot of styles, we have a lot of talent, and tell us about the challenge to being different and which way you think you are different from the others.
I think being different isn't the thing that's difficult, but um, being different is very scary. So that's why I think a lot of people stay away from it. And I used to stay away from it before, like a couple of years ago. I was just doing the stuff that I knew would work because I had seen other DJs do it or other producers. Um, and then, for example, the first time I just didn't care was Drugs from Amsterdam. I just made that and I was like I like the way this sounds. I haven't heard it before anywhere else. I have no idea if people are gonna like it or not. And then they did. So I think it's more about having the confidence to do something that no one else is doing yet. And yeah, I think I mean, I learned that the hard way because I did it the wrong way for years. Like,
Okay.
for example, I started out because of Skrillex, I told you, and then all I wanted to do is sound like Skrillex. And then after that, I loved Alesso and Swedish House Mafia, and all I wanted to do is sound exactly like them, which I mean is good if you want to. It taught me a lot about producing because I just remade their sounds and the way their drum sounds and whatever. Um, but it won't make me stand out. So yeah.
It's amazing what you are telling us right now, because I think this is a very useful tool for everyone that wants to make their own way on the music
Mhm.
industry. And what do you think is the magic behind the dance music that, for example, at these days, it's so popular? Reggaeton, it's so popular, the Latin music, but in 2000, it was like the new metal school. And but it's amazing how dance music, it's always there.
Yeah.
What do you think it's the magic behind that? It's always like the spotlight, like in the 90s, Chemical Brothers, Tiesto, Paul Van Dyke, Paul Oakenfold, but then here comes David Guetta, and now Steve Aoki. It always there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think music always goes in waves, like like this, just like with fashion. For example, a couple years ago it was really cool to wear your pants like really low, and then now it's cool now it's cool to wear your pants really high. So, and then probably in a couple
Yeah.
years it will come back or it will be like that again. So I mean, I feel like right now hip hop and reggaeton are really big, as you said, but then in like 2012 until I think 2015, dance music was the biggest. And then it's probably just gonna go like that again and like shift. So, but I think like for example, house music has been around for so long. There will always be people that love house music and like even people that don't know what house music is, they if they love music, they probably love house music too. Like they love that rhythm. It's like the most typical rhythm you can find, like just a four to the floor like kick like that. So yeah, I think it's always gonna stick around.
Yeah, I think that too. And tell me a little bit. I don't know if I misunderstand this concept, but I read that you add your own vocals to your own songs.
Yeah.
That's very different stuff, because we are used to listen DJs that invites people to sing, and this is like very different.
Yeah. It's funny because I never want to wait when I work on music. So typically I would have an idea and then like it would have to be a vocal. And I was like, I'm not gonna wait for someone to find a good vocalist and then or find someone like the voice that I'm looking for. And then, it's gonna take a couple days. Like if you're in a creative flow, you just want to know what it sounds like. And I have like a really good microphone in my studio next to the computer. So I always just keep the track running and then I put on the headphones and I just start saying stuff in the mic. Like for example, when I did my song Gimme That Bounce, I had an instrumental. I just played it. I put on the headphones and I started saying stuff in the mic. And then a couple weeks later, I found the recording and I was like, wow, this is really this is amazing. And then I just used that, and like from that moment, I think I just kept on doing it. And then, I mean, for Drugs from Amsterdam, I did the vocal too, but then I asked MC Stretch to record it, because all my friends told me my voice sounded really bad on it. Uh, but so I always check with my friends. So like for example, for my last song, On Again, it's me singing, and I was looking for like rappers and like cool vocalists. Like I was talking to Sway Lee, and it just took a lot of time. And then everyone around me was telling me, yo, the song with your vocals is amazing. You should just keep it that way. So like if my vocals work, why not, you know?
Yeah, at last you are solving a problem fast,
Yeah.
and you like the result of it. That's the
Yeah.
important thing. Telling about your tell us a little bit about your music, and which one are your plans for this 2024?
I never really have a plan, I have to be honest. But I mean, it's hard to just be creative all the time. Like I took a couple of days off, and I went to Greece last week, and I was just with my head in a different environment, and now I have sort of a plan for all of the songs that I was working on. But before that, I was like, I have no idea what I should do right
Okay.
now. There was so much music that I have, and I make a lot of different stuff, and I always get excited by new things that I haven't done yet. So I'm always trying to do like weird stuff, new stuff. Um, so I'm just like all over the place. And the one thing I do is I go and look online for if anyone is looking for the songs that I play that are unreleased in my sets. And sometimes one of these unreleased songs just blows up, and then I know like, okay, I have to work on that song and finish it and release it. Otherwise, people will get mad. And yeah, so that's sort of the plan that I have always.
Are you planning to have a tour this 2024? I
Yeah,
don't
there's a
know,
lot of.
maybe a visit to Mexico.
I hope so. I always I never know what shows I'm gonna play because I never look at the schedule so far ahead. But last time I was in Mexico and in like Latin America, I told my agents like I wanna play many more shows here and like come back as soon as possible because it was like such an amazing experience.
It will be great. Something else you wanna add? Something else I'm missing?
No, I think you covered everything, man. Really,
Nice.
really impressive.
Nice. I love to talk with you. Damas y caballeros, él es Maupi. Y si se encuentran su música, streamenla mucho. Si ven sus videos, denle mucho play en YouTube. Yo soy Poncho Yesca y continuamos en Oye 89.7, todo el pop, toda la música electrónica, todo el tiempo. Chao.